And then embodiment is an attitude. Embodiment is a way to create faculties. And the more faculties we create, well, the better we will be. So I believe that you can create your own contrology routine where you are keeping all your assets together, you're keeping all your capabilities together, and you create an embodiment approach, an embodiment routine for your clients or for yourself. You have a workshop, if you're part of the Congress, that is talking about embodiment. Wendy is teaching an embodiment workshop in your content that you have as a bonus, so check it out in the pre-conference content that you have given or that was given to you. And there she talks about embodiment, but from a very different perspective. She's talking about embodiment from a very holistic point of view, and you'd be so surprised what embodiment can also mean. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go through the 34 to be fully embodied and be present. So that is kind of the setup, the way I am teaching on a daily basis when I go to the studio. We are very down to earth. The nature of Pilates is earthing. We are using gravity. We are using yielding, the relationship to the ground, as our core element to create strength. We feed from the ground to be able to transform energy. And we use an upward current from the grounds with a downward current from the top, again from the sky, into the ground. So we have a very circular motion energetically in Pilates. We have a very spirally way in Pilates to actually cater for our body's needs to, yes, be solid and strong and stable, and yet airy and flowy and free and liberating with an upwards current going out. So we will look at that energy when we go into the energy part of the presentation. But understand that if people ask you, what is the difference between yoga and between Pilates? Because you're probably going to have this question very often. I always tell my clients, or I tell people, that the nature and the intent is very different. Joseph Pilates was never meant to be a yogi. He was never meant to be a guru. He was a down-to-earth man who wanted to help people be happier and create peace. Okay? Because he believed happy people in happy bodies don't hurt each other and don't kill each other. And that the biggest issue of society was civilization. The more we were being structured and we're being held in golden cages, the more our body will suffer, and therefore the more our spirit will be oppressed and condensed and maybe held. So he wanted to use the nature's energy, that's what I believe, the nature's potential with gravity and full body weight exercises to create another form of current in us. Because write this down, everybody. I have 3 approaches when a client comes to me, and I've created an assessment, a questionnaire for people to take so I know where they stand. They either are here to restructure, to restore, restructure. They have to change. This is, if they continue like that, it's going to go down the drain. So it's restructuring. You're in bad shape. You got to do something. So there's a sense of urgency. The second part is to optimize. It's okay, but it's not optimal. It's not, I mean, we could tweak it, but you're on the right track, but we can optimize the one or the other thing. So that means we can improve. So optimizations means we can improve. We improve what is. Optimize equals improve or enhance. You can use one of those 3 words, but for me, they mean kind of the same. There is a nuance between each one of them, but basically it is in the same category. And the third element is we can amplify, we can maximize. And you can simply ask your client, are you here to restructure, to change something? Are you here to optimize? Or are you here to amplify and maximize? What are you here for? Because the degree of commitment is not the same. The degree of presence and of energy that is required for all of those 3 are not the same. The nature is not the same. The force behind all of those 3 is not the same. So whenever somebody says to you, oh, I have this pain right here now, or I've had this pain today, or I have this pain that nags me, that body part is asking for you to pay attention now. And when someone comes to me with pain, I pay attention to that pain now, and I deal with that pain right away. I forget my structure, I forget what I normally would do, and I would only care for that at the beginning until the pain is less. And when the pain is less, I go back to my original thoughts or to my original structure. And what does it do when you are being taken by surprise? Your body is pulling itself together. Instead of when you slip, have you ever seen someone slip who has no tone? They slip and they just fall. They don't have the whoop and they pull themselves up. So that's the anticipation capacity of the foundational work, because we are pulling our body together as one, unify it. It has a capacity of anticipation that you would not have with restoration work. You don't have that in foundational, in essential. In the foundational, the capacity to pull yourself together is creating massive improvement in anticipation, which is great for elderly people and is great for athletes because they will improve their reflexes. They will be way sharper in their sports, even though you don't do their sports. So if we look at Ida, we would like to make sure that her shoulders are one horizontal line, that her chest and ribs are one horizontal line. And then we would like to look at her spine and her head being one vertical line. So if you think at the body as verticals and horizontals, you will see how much of a right angle she's creating. Now, if we're looking at her body right now, can all of you see that she has a preference to shift her body off to one side? Yes, Kaz, exactly. You can see it. So there is the body having a preference. You can open your eyes. You have a preference to shift to the left. So that shows me that there is an angle in the right side that is more than 90, and there is an angle on the left side that is less than 90. We're not having a 90-90 relationship. If we want to move with maximal outcome, maximal result, but minimal effort, we want to create 90-90 angles. So if you look at a body from an architectural point of view, remember to look at it as a 90-90 angle. If I am being perfectly upright, I have a current coming up the front, and then I have a descending current grounding me into the floor. When I'm stressed, how is my current? When I'm stressed, my current is up the back and down the front. So what happens is when we are stressed, we are naturally changing our currents and recreating a more and more compressed and more closed body. When we are always up the front, down the back, up the front, down the back. Because how could you walk? How can you walk forward if you're going backwards in your body? I mean, your currents is going back, but you're moving forward. You know how tiring this is? But if your movement and your energy is up the front, down the back, up the front, down the back. That's how dancers walk. They're always coming first. Their body goes first. Their current is up the front. And that's the idea, is to, again, rebalance those currents very naturally.